There are places you can't find. No matter how many times you search, no matter how far you zoom in, the map stays silent. But they exist, like scars, hidden beneath the skin of reality, visible only to those who've been touched. One of those places sits quietly off Road 17 in Nevada. No sign, no cell signal, just unnatural stillness. Marcus Wheeler stopped there once, and something made sure he never left. Marcus Wheeler, the Clockwork Man. Marcus Wheeler didn't believe in ghosts, but he did believe in routine. 16 years driving, never late, never lost, never once off schedules. He could run a route like a heartbeat. Steady, predictable. On that early winter night at 2:17 a.m., Marcus sent his final GPS ping. Stopped, all clear. The coordinates placed him at an old rest stop, unnamed, erased from digital maps since 2011. 2:19. The engine shut off. Curtains drawn. Cabin lights still glowing faintly. And then, nothing. No messages, no radio, no movement. As if Marcus Wheeler had stepped off the earth. Quietly. The second shadow. Police reviewed highway traffic cams. At 2:28 a.m., a short, flickering clip showed Marcus's truck. Cabin lights on. Inside, one figure in the driver's seat, and another, standing in the shadows behind the curtain. Still, unmoving, watching. They assumed it was Marcus, just repositioned, until they realized no one entered. No one exited. The doors were locked from the inside. And then, frame 27. The second shadow tilted its head. Not fast, more like curiosity, like recognition. It stared straight into the camera. And just then, the lights cut. But not before one more glitch. Just a fraction of a second. The frame jumped, as if the shadow had moved closer to the lens. Then, black. The journal entry. A week later, Marcus's wife, Patricia, turned in a small black journal. He'd always written in it. The last entry was short and jagged. I don't want to pretend anymore. I know. It chose me. I tried not to look, but it saw that I did. And now, it's waiting. If I disappear, don't let anyone else stop here. One last line, scribbled beneath in fading ink. Not after 2 a.m. No trace, no reason. The truck was found untouched. Doors locked, no forced entry, no blood, no signs of a struggle. But the dashcam had been turned off manually. No fingerprints, not even Marcus's. All electronics, reset to factory default, no footprints around the vehicle, no signs anyone ever stepped out. And then, they saw the cap. Marcus's old, faded trucker cap, the one he wore when he slept, was hanging on a branch nearly 10 feet off the ground. 6 meters from the truck, no footprints, no disturbed snow, no broken limbs. The wind wasn't strong enough to carry it, but it got there, almost like it had been placed by something. For those who drive at night, if you ever find yourself driving across Nevada past 2 a.m. and you see a truck parked alone by the road, its cabin lights still glowing, but no driver in sight, don't get closer, don't wave, don't knock, don't look inside. Because if it sees you, it might not need an invitation. It only needs to know you saw it. Midnight Murmurs. Stories never meant to be heard alone. Only press play when every door around you is locked. Click. Breath. Have you ever driven down I-5 on a rainy night? When the fog's so thick, it doesn't just blur your vision. It muffles the world. Have you ever seen flickering green lights under another truck, pulsing like something alive? This story begins in Northern California, where dampness meets cold and memory starts to fade. On a March night, in the middle of an ordinary hall, a veteran driver named Dale Morrison vanished, completely, quietly, as if swallowed whole. Dale Morrison, the unbroken routine. Dale had driven this route over 100 times. I-5 was familiar, too familiar. He could name the exact mile markers where the road curved before the steering wheel ever turned. That night, everything was routine. His load passed the weight calibration. Tires were balanced, engine steady. No weather alerts, light rain, clear visibility. At 11:42 p.m., Dale radioed in. "Just hitting the I-5 stretch. Light drizzle. All good." That was the last time anyone heard from him. No more calls, no more pings. Just stillness. The strange lights under the truck. Kevin Lamar, a fellow driver a few trucks behind, later recalled, "I saw lights. Greenish, almost teal, blinking under Dale's truck. But they weren't emergency flashers. They didn't pulse like hazard lights. They throbbed, like the vehicle was breathing." Kevin slowed, tried to get a better look. By the time he pulled alongside, the lights were gone. And Dale's truck? Completely silent. Cabin dark. No movement inside. The last frame on the dashcam. Another trucker had a dashcam running. Rain made the footage shaky. Glitches flared across the lens, but frame by frame, something emerged. Moments before Dale vanished, the dashcam caught a faint glow under the chassis, then darkness swallowing the rear lights, and then a pause, just one breath of stillness, and a shape, just for a split second, looking back at the camera, then total black, forever. Only one frame survived, a frozen moment where something, someone, was watching. A scene that made no sense. Investigators found Dale's truck parked neatly on the roadside shoulder. Cabin lights still faintly glowing. Engine off. Gear shift in park. Driver's seat empty. But no Dale. No trace of him inside or nearby. No signs of struggle. No broken glass. No footprints in the mist-drenched gravel. Not even tire marks where he might have turned off the road. The strangest part? Every piece of electronic gear, his radio, GPS, onboard tracker, had been reset to factory settings, and his hat, a well-worn cap he always wore, was found perched on a tree branch 6 meters away. That branch, untouched, no broken twigs, no footprints below, as if something placed it there, deliberately, gently. The note. He never meant to leave. Dale kept a small notebook, a journal of sorts. His wife Rebecca handed it to police days later. Final entry. 8:37. Load secure. 9:15. Weather turning. 11:19. Fog's rolling in. 11:42. Last check-in. And then, a different tone. Scrawled hastily. "If you're reading this, don't ever take I-5 when the fog is this thick, especially if there's green light. And below it, if it saw you, it won't let you leave. Not like it let me." Warning to those still listening. If you're driving I-5 in the rain and you see a lone truck with cabin lights still glowing, but no one inside, no movement, no sound, don't pull over. Don't look inside. And above all, don't wait for someone to appear. Because if the mist sees you, it will remember your face, and it will wait. For the moment you nod off behind the wheel, it doesn't need to chase you. It knows you'll come back. Maybe next rain, maybe next fog, but it will be there. Midnight Murmurs, whispers you were never meant to hear, when you still have a way to escape.